Yeah, well, obviously lost a game to a good football team, number one in the country. Proud of the way our football team started that game, fighting our tail off. Second quarter, obviously, had a couple opportunities there where we had some one-on-ones where, obviously we talked all week long about being able to come down with a couple of those plays and then having those turnovers there, the 3 interceptions in that first half. So obviously can't do that for sure any week, but especially when you're talking about playing against the number one team in the country. But halftime addressed our guys. Just wanted to see them come out and fight, give it everything they had, stick by each other's side through thick and thin. That's what we're all about here, and obviously appreciate the effort by every single guy on that team, the way they finished the football game. But we're ready to go. We're ready to get back to Muncie, get on with our process here for this next week. Our first game back at home, and that's our primary concern.
Coach, talking with you throughout the week, I know you're pretty back and forth on Samanza and Hatcher. What really put Samanza over the edge this week?
Oh, I think we took advantage of his snaps in week 1 more than anything else, and put together a good week of practice. And obviously, we communicated with him yesterday who was going to start the football game. So, obviously, it was tough outing, but you're playing against the best defense in the country. No shame in that, and a lot of things to learn from. Obviously, the tip balls that ended up in the air, they did a good job of making a play. So, I've got to give those guys credit for that.
And then their defense as well, our defense as well, it's pretty much all over that first quarter. What can you say about that first quarter effort?
Yeah, I mean, that's, we talked about that. It's the same message no matter what meeting that we've had this week. It's been the same message about just taking it one play at a time, man. Play with Ball State effort, have a great attitude no matter what, through thick and thin. Obviously, we know there's going to be adversity in a football game like this. There's always adversity in any game and in life for that matter. So really just wanted to see us attack it with a positive can-do attitude that, if we believe, then we can have a chance to go on the field and have success. And I thought the guys took the field with that attitude.
That UGA offense kind of running the field in a fast-paced offense. How do you think the defense did with that?
Competed. You're talking about the best athletes in the country that we just lined up on that football field with. And again, I stress, we competed. Our guys gave it everything they had. You have to give them credit. They've done an unbelievable job here, back-to-back national championships. Obviously, I know they're going to have a great football team this year. I have a lot of respect for Coach Smart. Had a chance to interact with him before the game and post-game there. So we got our guys competing.
Taking Samanza out in that first half and then putting in Hatcher in that second half, what was the choice behind that?
Yeah, took a couple hits there in the first half, and obviously, again, Lane didn't do anything wrong a week ago. When you talk about you got 2 quarterbacks that have done some really positive things, Lane's played a lot of football throughout the course of his college career, so made that decision at half just to get Lane out there and let him go execute one play at a time.
I know it wouldn't have made a difference in the outcome, but the 2 plays before the punt return, you had just missed 2, what did how much did that bother you, or just kind of what do you have to say about just those chances?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing against the best defense in the country. We knew that there was a couple balls. We talked about it all week long. There's going to be some one-on-one opportunities outside the numbers. So between the numbers and the sideline, there's going to be some opportunities. Do they have great length? Yes. But we got some guys that are playmakers, and we knew that we're going to have to come down with a couple of those footballs. You're not going to have wide open throws. You're going to have to make a couple of contested catches, and it is what it is. Not down on our guys. Obviously, we knew when we had a chance, we had to try to deliver, and we'll get back to work. We'll be all right.
Have you ever seen an interception? The ball goes off your tight end directly in the arms of the defensive?
Can't say that I have, to be honest with you, but things happen, and again, give them credit for their instincts taking over and making a play.
2 straight SEC games you guys have played now with crowds that obviously are going to see bigger and on that team you play. How is that going to help you through the rest of the season?
Well, you're not going to line up and compete against anybody that's better than the 2 teams that we just competed against. So we're moving on. Full speed ahead here. Can't wait to get back to Muncie. Can't wait to start watching film on our next opponent. And I love our football team. I love the attitude. I love everything that they stand for. I love the way the look was in the locker room post game there. Everybody knows that we leave this game right here in Athens, and we're going to get back. We're going to start grinding our tail off to have a great week of practice here and stick to our process.
With respect to Kentucky, was Georgia kind of a little different animal?
They're number 1. They're number 1. They're really good in all 3 phases of the game. Kentucky's good as well. Obviously, they gave Georgia a great game a year ago. Obviously, it was later in the season there, but Georgia's pretty special. They're the champs for a reason, and you saw that on display today.
Coach, what about the atmosphere here at Sanford Stadium? You talked about you dreamed of playing in atmospheres early this week. What about this one?
It was awesome. Obviously, I told our guys, embrace the boos when you take the field. Once the boos go away, it's time to play some ball. And listen, it's awesome. I love to see, when a college program in a college town has that kind of support. It's really cool. Great opportunity for our guys. And I thought they were all cheering for us. We were red and black too, so I thought they were all cheering for us, to be honest with you.
How do you think about injury wise?
We'll have to see. We had some setbacks there in the first half, and we'll have to get back here, back home, back to Muncie, and see where that goes on Sunday and Monday.
Any final questions for Coach?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, Gus.
Thanks, Coach. Sorry if I repeat a question. It's hard for me to hear them. But, I'd like to talk about these opponents are very staunch, but the second quarter has obviously given you guys some problems the last 2 weeks. What do you see kind of change in that range?
Well, I think first and foremost, there's balls that were tipped that ended up in the air. So I don't think it was directly a negative decision by any means on the part of the quarterback. Obviously, the ball was tipped. It went into the air as opposed to going to the ground, and their guys made a play. So you have to give them credit for that. I'm not going to put too much stock in that. Obviously, it's about the decision-making piece of it. Did they get a hand in there? I'll have to wait and see when I watch the tape. But you got to give them credit, man. They're number one for a reason, and they did a good job of taking the ball away there in the second quarter.
For sure. And then also special teams. Kentucky took a kickoff back last week and then a punt return today. Anything you want to see fixed on that side of the ball? Yeah, obviously, when you talk about the speed that they possess in this conference, obviously we knew that those are certain possibilities. You've seen that on tape, so we got to continue to keep working on us. That's something that's been a strength of ours, and I have every reason to believe that'll continue to be a strength as we move forward. For sure. And the first quarters have been really strong for you guys. Anything you feel like is really working that you guys can build on? I
think it's just our guys are doing a good job of taking the field, believing in the one play at a time mentality. When the ball was kicked off, nobody was overwhelmed by the stage. I think that was the case back-to-back weeks, and I think our guys competed. Obviously, once we got into the second quarter, the last couple of weeks, a couple of things didn't go our way, and we'll keep working on the practice field to get those attacked.
Did someone ask about East Denver's injury? What things has on it?
Yeah, that question was asked just about injuries, but really we had a couple of things pop up there in the first half, and really just we need to get back to Muncie here on Sunday and Monday and kind of see where we're at with that, see what the severity of those injuries is.
For sure. And then last thing, Charlie Spiegel came in and had some success there. I know it was the game was out of reach at that point, but any chance they could get earned some more playing time?
Every snap is a meaningful snap, and I thought Charlie did a good job of stepping in there and really doing a good job of running hard with the carries that he got. So, great young man. He's going to keep working hard, and I think it's just a credit to him. When his number was called, he was ready to just go give it everything he had.
All right, that's it. Thanks,
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.